The future of the Jackson Park Bandshell will be discussed at Windsor City Council on Monday. The historical stage lies at the heart of Jackson Park in the center of the city. Advocates for the stage imagine its revitalization and a return to the once vibrant Emancipation Day celebrations of the past. We're joined now by advocate Leslie McCurdy. She is an actor, playwright, and the chair of the Black Council of Windsor-Essex. And we're reaching her in Virginia. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, what are you doing in Virginia?
A performance. You know, I tour this time of year with my plays on Harriet Tubman and things my four sisters saw, and introducing my Billie Holiday to the tour. So this is the time of year when I work. So
you being there and this discussion happening on Monday, you must have mixed emotions about that.
Yeah, I'll be back to that. I'm really kind of upset about that it's going to be Monday, because as recently as last week, Monday, or the Friday before that, we sent an email asking about the Bandshell, and we're told that the results of the survey, which our committee was told we would have, would be given to us, that we would have privy to that soon, and that nothing was ready yet to go to council. And then 3 days later, we got this report that says that makes vague references to what the Bandshell used to be, and it says that they've decided not to even approve the RFP to see if the Bandshell could be viable. So they said it's going to cost more than the $150,000 to do that, so they're just not going to do it.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I'm irritated, really irritated, because we didn't get, we had two people from the administration promise us that we would see the survey of the results of the survey, a survey that was done in the city that had, according to them, more than 1,000 responses, more responses than any other survey. So I wonder how it is that, I would assume that if people even bothered to respond, that they were responding favorably. Maybe not, but that would be my assumption. And it just seems to be given no consideration what the people of the city of Windsor want. I know that they've made $20 million investment in Riverfront Plaza, but almost every single local performing arts group has told the city that that area is too big for us to try to work. The stage is too big. The space is too big. You need at least 1,000 people there to make it even look viable. But that the Jackson Park stage and space is perfect for local performing arts groups. If you're going to bring in other people to the main stage downtown, maybe you can do something with that. But I went to several events down there where they brought in major Canadian acts and nobody was there. So I don't know what they plan to do with it, how they plan to fix it, but most of the local performing arts groups and the Black community would like to see that Jackson Park Bandshell revitalized.
So will you be able to be here on Monday to speak to council, or is there going to be any chance for you to voice your concerns?
I shall. I'll be home later today if the ice clears up.
Is that maybe going to affect your travel plans?
It may be, but it won't delay me any more than late tonight or till tomorrow. There's the weekend to get me home, so I'll be there for sure, as will other members of our committee.
What's the message you're going to want to be heard on Monday?
Well, the same message that we've tried to say many times, that there is such potential and possibility with that Bandshell. I know that the mayor likes to cite the constraints of the school board owning the space behind that, the Windsor arena or whatever. I forget what it's called, behind Kennedy there. But Victoria Houston, the head of the school board, currently has iterated several times that she's more than willing to work on the city to come up with a viable agreement where it could be used by both the schools and the city, the whole area. But I guess they don't want to entertain that at all.
You had it there. It was the Windsor Stadium. I'm wondering on Monday what you'll be listening for, what you're going to be hearing when you go.
Oh, I'm probably going to hear about how we don't have money for it, how, we can't spend any money for stuff. But, I've been living in the city so long, and I just see that, we're starved. Like, the city is starved out. We're not making the kind of investments that would make it a wonderful, viable city. I hear the mayor is going to go ahead and cancel the tunnel bus because he doesn't want people from Windsor going to spend money in Detroit. Well, heaven forbid we have things going on in Windsor, and we encourage people from Detroit, particularly the international visitors that are coming there in larger numbers now, to take the tunnel bus to Windsor and spend money in Windsor. It seems like we constantly make choices that keep us from being the kind of destination where people would want to come. I remember some years ago, and I brought this up at council before, They were talking about building a marina downtown, but nobody wanted to make the investment on rich people. Well, heaven forbid we have a reason for rich people to stop and spend money in Windsor. I just think, personally, I think of a lot of it kind of lacks imagination and foresight. And I don't know if there's any real long-term planning that's going on. It seems like things are just done piecemeal. And again, I mean, I've said before, there's a difference between spending money. You spend money on junk that has no return, and investing, putting money in places that can potentially build the city. And again, I personally think they've made the wrong choice here. That's me. There might be other things that the city has in mind for the downtown plaza. Perhaps they're going to operate it themselves. Perhaps they're going to bring people in that will make it viable. I don't know. But I just think it's really a shame that they don't also do the bandshell, because one of the things that would really help, I think, is to have a concentrated performing arts section like downtown, the riverfront, the Capitol. I think it was a folly moving the arena to the east side, because that could be another downtown draw that people take the tunnel bus into Windsor for. So I just wonder what they're thinking long term about, what's going to happen with the city. And being a creative, I have a lot of creative ideas, as do most of the people, more than 20 people that are on the committee that would like to see the bandshell become viable again.
What would be the best and worst case scenario on Monday?
Oh, I think that the worst case scenario is that the mayor doesn't want it, so he's going to say no. And whether the city council approves it or not, he'll use his new mayoral powers to veto it. That's what I fully expect, even if councillors did decide to go ahead with it. It's about the mayor doesn't want it, so we're not going to do it.
All right, Leslie, thank you so much, and have a safe travel back.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Leslie McCurdy is the acting chair of the Black Council of Windsor-Essex and an advocate for the revitalization of the Jackson Park Bandshell. We want to know what you think of all of this. Did you fill out that survey? Were you in favor of revitalizing that bandshell? Let us know, 519-984-2051. We also want to know if you've played there. I'd love to speak to some of the artists who have been a part of its history. Again, text us at 519-984-2051.